Hey, the teaching of original sin. So, because of Psalm 51:5, you say that men are born into sin. They're sinful at birth. Children are sinful. What about Psalms 58:3, which says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies." But do you seriously think that from this text, babies actually speak as soon as they're born? These passages are not to be understood in a literal sense. They're figurative expressions. Psalms 51:5 says that his mother conceived him in sin. If we understand that God fashions men into sinners in their mother's wombs, I don't think that's true. God doesn't create sinners. But most people will say that Psalms 51:5 says he does. But the Bible teaches that God forms man in his mother's womb. It represents man as coming into the world as a creation of God, not a sinner. The Bible clearly teaches that God creates all men. It may be argued that God only created Adam and Eve, and that the rest of mankind descended from Adam and Eve by natural generation, so they're sinners. But if man has a sinful nature at birth, who is it who established the law of procreation under which man would be born with that sinful nature? It would be God. I think it's blasphemous and slanderous and libel on the character of God to teach this, that babies are born with a sinful nature. You might as well reject the whole Bible if you don't recognize that God created man in his image. God is the creator of all men. And that's one of the clearest truths taught in the Bible. In Psalms 119:73, "The hands have made me and fashioned me. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me." In Psalms 139, verse 13 and 14, "Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." In Job 31:15, "Did not he that made me in the womb make him? And did not one fashion us in the womb?" In Jeremiah 1:5, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee." Malachi 2:10, "Have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us?" Ecclesiastes 12:1, "Remember now thy Creator in the day of thy youth." Psalms 100, verse 3, I know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. In Genesis 6:7, I will destroy man who I have created from the face of the earth. Genesis 1:26 and 27. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. So God created man in his image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. In Psalms 82:6, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. In Genesis 9:6, for in the image of God made he man. 1 Corinthians 11:7, man is the image and glory of God. James 3:9, men are made after the similitude of God. Zechariah 12:1, the Lord formeth the spirit of man within him. Job 33:4, the Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. In Acts 17:25, he giveth to all life and breath and all things. Acts 17:29, we are the offspring of God. Revelations 22:16, I am the root of the offspring of David. Ecclesiastes 7:29, lo, this only I have found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. That last one declares that God has created man, but it also affirms that God created man upright. If man is created upright, he cannot be born a sinner. And if he's born a sinner, he cannot be created upright. Either one or the other is true. Both cannot be true because they contradict each other. But when God says he created us in his image and gave us life and breath and all things, are we to understand that he created us sinners? When he says we are his offspring, are we to understand that his offspring are born sinners? When Jesus said, I am the root and the offspring of David, are we to understand that David sprang forth from the root of Christ with a sinful nature? Or are we to understand that Jesus, as the offspring of David, was born with a sinful nature? The very fact that Jesus was a man descended from Adam and born with a human nature, born of a woman, as we are, shows that men are not born with a sinful nature. The doctrine of original sin is false. It's slanderous and libels the character of God. Doctrine of original sin is not a Bible doctrine. It's a grotesque myth that contradicts the Bible on almost every page. So me and my family and my kids and everybody I know, we're not sinners at birth. Man is responsible for his own sins.